17 with Adamski, the chart-topping single from the #1 album. Now 17. Step on it.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No, 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 no. That's what I call a live stream. No, 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 no. That's what I call a live stream. And we're live, 9:30-ish, bit late.
With me.
And it's Monday night live stream. It's now what we call live stream Monday night, as we said. Welcome along, everyone. We'll say a quick hello to the ladies. And hello, Sharon.
Hello.
And hello, Lady.
Hello. Hello, Amy. Hello, chat.
Hello,
everyone.
chat. Yes, there's three people went over in. First, as always, there is Welsh one in here. Hello. Hello, Makamula. Hello, Michelle. Oh, there's 4 people in now. And hello, Susan. Welcome all. Welcome one.
Oh, Susan. Susan's got plenty to say tonight.
Oh, has she? Has she? All good, I bet you. Oh, she'll be loving it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes she does like a good dance tune, so maybe a positive thing. But for everyone, well, I think you'll all know it's the final part of Now 17. Ladies, just the same as Sharon, because Sharon just said she's glad this is the last part. You the same, Lainey?
Yeah, it gets like the first one's always really good, and then the second one's okay, and then this one, the last
downhill.
one,
Yeah. Oh.
yeah. It's just a shame you can't just sort of like fit it in somehow.
Yeah. What do a 4-hour live stream? It'll be fine.
Aye. I've done 10 hours.
All right, okay.
Yeah, I knew there was a reason I didn't do homework in school, and I just realised it's the same.
I like a good dance tune. Well, there's a couple of good dance tunes. There's what I think. I would say this has been the best Now album we've done so far, personally.
I don't know what you're drinking or what you're urinating, because it's not what I get.
Well, actually, tonight's sponsor is Disaronno Velvets.
Be good if you could sponsor, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, one bonus, it does get better after this album.
Oh, yeah,
That's
the albums get better, 18, 19, 20, and it just seems to get better and better and better and better. But I think that's when the albums become more established and a lot more people are like, yes.
But it's going to get to a point where we're too old. And we're... Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, back to I don't know any of these songs. Who are these people?
Yeah. Who are these people?
To be honest, when it gets onto the later ones, I mean, let's have a look what we've got here. Now 108. This is from... Which year is this? This is from last year, 2021. So Olivia Rodriguez, Driver's License, Miley Cyrus, Harry Styles, Dua Lipa, The Weeknd, Glass Animals. Now I don't know who they are.
No.
Which weekend song is it? I'm curious to know.
Which what? Sorry.
Which weekend song is it?
It's Save Your Tears. But this is
that's a banging tune.
That's what, like nearly 80 away from where we are now.
I know, it's so far away.
So
far away.
We probably won't be here, as Susan said. We'll probably be dead by the time we'll get there.
If not, it'll be Neil appearing live as a hologram in your living room.
Yes. All will be like ABBA.
Technology be so different.
It'll be like ABBA. That ABBA show. Welcome along, foot of our stairs. Long time no see, Lee. Welcome. You will know some of these. You will. Neil Headroom. Yes. Anyway, let's get on. Let's crack on. As we were saying, it's the last part of I haven't shared the screen yet, have I?
Nope.
At the stream, and we go. So as I say, now 17 April, I think I said, of 1990. This was released, third part. So a lot of fillers, people would probably say.
Fillers. That's in the loosest sense of the term. Air quotes, by the way.
To be fair, though, some of them were like, you know, looking at the where they got in the charts and that, and they were like 4 and 7, and I'm like, really?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, unbelievable. Michelle's just saying the only one she knew was Killer. Lots of fillers, not many killers. Well, I can guarantee at least one Killer song literally tonight. I'm doing finely. I'm doing fine. You seem to be doing very well on your channel at the moment, nailing it. But yes, Moments in Soul, JT and the Big Family. Anyone want to take it?
Do I have to?
Right. It was just clips of loads of different songs with of course the
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, it starts off as Back to Life, isn't it?
Mm.
Yep.
The very first tune is Back to Life. It's got a bit of Milli Vanilli in it somewhere.
But Don't Be Good to Me, and then the Oh Yeah, and
Oh yeah.
I think it was just a mess. It was like, it would have been better if it was just each, you know what I mean?
Not made. So much better if it wasn't made.
Yeah.
So again, my notes, it just says shite.
So does mine.
That's exactly what Susan said. Best song, shite. Mac Muller, once again, that comes up a few times tonight.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Totally was in my head. It sampled so many familiar songs. I've seen better YouTube mashups. Michelle was saying.
That is true.
Michelle. Yeah. Samples a load of songs. Sharon has been copying my notes. But the thing is, I didn't think, looking at this Moment in Soul, I thought, I don't know this song. Didn't know it at all until I heard it, and I thought, as soon as it started playing, I was like, I know this song. It's Soul to Soul. I must have thought Soul to Soul sang it. But then when I went through, I went, I don't know it. I do know it. Oh, no, I don't know it.
That's exactly what Susan said. That's exactly, literally word for word. You're like, I know it. Do I know it? No, I don't. Oh, yeah, I do.
Because from the first bit here, that's Back to Life, and it's like the... It's just a beat from Back to Life, or...
Yeah.
It's not good stuff. I think I've already decided on my worst song. There'll be more to come, Macamula. There's many more.
Oh, yeah, they guess.
This, to me, isn't the worst song. I don't mind this. I know they've done loads of samples and everything because of that one. And this is... That was...
See, I think, is he trying to be Michael Hutchin? I just realised. He's definitely be trying to write a bit of...
That guy there. Oh, that guy there.
Him. Yeah.
Yeah, but for me, that just, it sampled Art of Noise, and I was like, Art of Noise, I don't really know that song. And I played it, and I was like, I don't know where that fits in. And as soon as it hit, I was like, yep, that's where that's come from. And then there's this bass line, obviously, Art of Noise.
I didn't
it was their song. It was Art of Noise, Moments in Love. So that's how they come up with Moments in Soul, because it's Moments in Soul. I said the same thing, Matt Muller. There's a worse one later, in my opinion. Yeah, there is. Garage the Past Life was brilliant. There's a few. I'm saying there's a few. I don't mind this track. I think it's all right. If he's trying to be Michael Hutchinson, he's feeling abysmally. So there's that. But then there's this one where there's a bass line, and I cannot... It's racking my brains where this is from.
Can't hear it.
Can't hear it.
Can you not hear that?
No.
It's like... Oh.
Do it on your audio thing on your StreamYard.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. I'll have to stop sharing. Go to here. Go present. Share screen. Share system audio. Share that and share that. Right, and then go to there. Can you hear that? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I know exactly what it is. Money, 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 money.
You remember that now?
Money. Yes.
Yeah.
It's been ages. I've been racking my brains all the time. For what that is. It's an underrated classic tune that reminds me of my.
Star wins.
You win.
You win the Snow. For the love of money, yeah. Michelle's named it straight away. I wish I knew last night because that is like I've been racking my brains. I've just been saying to Sharon before we started. There's a bass line and I can't remember what it goes like, but it's for the love of money. The OG is. Yeah. Hi, Stall. Welcome along. Welcome along. But yes. Let's have a look what I've got from these. JT and the Big Family were an Italian group. This is the biggest hit number 7 in the UK chart, and their only top 40 hit. So basically a one-hit wonder. Their follow-up song.
There's a follow-up?
There's a follow-up song.
Guess what?
Mike Oldfield's track, Foreign Affair. And that also had the classic.
Oh, yeah.
Along with this song, which had...
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And this is like a staple for songs, as we've seen already. I think every live stream over the past 3 live streams had the.
Oh yeah.
I want a button now what just goes, oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
But the music video is basically just them prattling around. I think in Venice, by the looks of it, being an Italian, and there's a canal in the first bit there.
Could have been flipping Birmingham.
Osborne.
But these have moved away from being from the general a band playing on a stage. Do you know how a lot of bands are just like dancing around?
Yeah.
These are so one-hit wonder. They couldn't even afford a stage. They ended up in a nightclub because they just had to hire like. We can't afford a studio or a stage. Let's just get a nightclub, you know. So. But yeah, you could say it might be pioneering, but probably not. Follow up, aka B-side. Yeah, it was. I think it reached number 90 in the charts. The follow up.
Really?
Yeah, number 90 in the UK charts. So yeah, I think nearly all the tracks are now 17. Have it? Oh yeah, something. I think they do as well. Baseline. I used to be in a street dance crew, and we used to feud. That's what I was thinking. It's off like it's like a breakbeat. Doom, 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 doom. Yes, but let's move along. Let's move along to the next track, which is Mantronic's brilliant, brilliant, brilliant song. Haven't been able to get this.
Brilliant song. I mean, it's a good song. It plays on the radio quite often.
Yeah, I like this song. I wouldn't say it's like brilliant, but I do really like it.
Oh, I really like this song.
Yeah, and again, I never knew Mantronics sang it. If you would have said to me who sang, I would have probably said like Jackie Graham or someone. Didn't have a clue who sang it.
Today, well, I was saying earlier. Today I've just been going. I've just got that bass line in my head now. How does this start off again? Just been doing that all day and I haven't been able to get out of my head. So much so, one of the girls at work turned around and says, "Why the hell are you singing Liberty X? They covered it in 2002."
Yeah.
And I was like, "It isn't. It's the original. It's Mantronics." See, Susan agrees with this.
Yeah, it's really good. It is a good song, really good song. Like I would definitely listen to it, want it on at a party, that kind of thing. But I don't think like it's not is up there is another song that's to come.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the only way I can say it's worse than that. You know what I mean? But it's still really good.
Yeah. Yeah. See, Nia thinks it's a tune, but she only knows the Liberty X. So I wonder if a lot of people would think, "Oh, this is a really good tune. This was like Liberty X," and like,
yeah, I didn't even know Liberty X covered it.
Right. See, that's the thing. So I think it's one of them which covers eras. But for me, I thought this was older. When you hear it, it seems like it's a bit like 87, 88, like the earlier.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem so now. And I thought it had sampled like an unknown 60s, 70s like soul track and put a bit of a dance twist on it, but it isn't. It was actually wrote by two of the members of Mantronics, Bryce Wilson and Curtis Mantronic, who is Name of the Week. Last week we had MC Eric as Name of the Week. So this week's Name of the Week, I think, is Curtis Mantronic. Imagine that being your surname. And the reason Curtis Mantronic wrote this song, he said he wanted to write a song which he knew would be played on the radio. So,
well, he's got that right, because I do quite often hear on the radio.
So there you go. And as you see, it's got a sticker on the CD here where it says top hit in the UK. It reached number 4 in the UK, but only 82 in the US. And it was the 49th bestseller in 1990. As of... Sorry?
Susan pointed out that Sophie Okonedo, who is quite a popular actress these days, was the girl with the big afro dancing.
Right.
And apparently, which I didn't spot, but Naomi Campbell was dancing on there too.
Yeah, I didn't see her.
I didn't spot her either, but she apparently is in the video.
It's there somewhere.
Yeah.
Right. I didn't notice them neither. Well, to be honest, I don't know this Sophie girl, especially because I'm not a Doctor Who fan.
Reading loads of stuff. You would recognise her if you Googled her. She's been in loads of stuff.
Right. I don't see it there. Recognise her. Let's have a look. Actually, I'll do it later on. Sorry. You would know the Sophie girl if you've seen her. Right. As I said, Liberty X also covered this. They were the Pop Stars rejects from here, the rejects. They weren't the Pops. They were the rejects from Pop Stars, the original one, which created Hearsay. And to be honest, I think they become the better band, didn't they?
Yeah, I like Liberty X.
Yeah, and Liberty X got number 2 with this in the charts, and we will see more from them in Now 53. So I'll not cover anything else.
What number was that again?
53. So in 2029, we'll revisit this song. And here you go. This is basically the music video for this is a load of lads and lasses going out for a night out, dancing and playing chess.
Yeah, because that's what you do.
Yeah. Is that Sophie lass?
Uh-huh.
I don't know if might see more Now 53, but I'll be 6 feet under by then. You won't be. Look at you, all you pessimistic people. You're going to live long, prosperous lives. But yes, that was Mantronics. Some of you wish you were 6 feet under when we move on to the next track. Business. Another UK top track.
Yeah,
I vaguely remember it. Would never choose to listen to it, and he's definitely not MC Eric. But what we did find out was Business became too unlimited, or that's how that came about. Which, thank God that they did improve. That was terrible.
Are you saying thank God because they then inspired, shall we say?
Inspired you.
Inspired the theme song for this.
Of course.
Live stream.
What would we do without the theme song?
Yeah. But again, this is another song I didn't think I know. Cover should have been done under description signs.
Yeah, it's just I've just got O for F's sake written on my notes. That's all I've got because it's just like the worst, like the rapping. Just no.
It looks like someone's dad got up at a party and went, "Look, son, look what I can do." You know what I mean? It's not good.
But yeah, I wasn't too familiar until I heard this bit. Like, dun, 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 dun,
Yeah, again, that's sampled in every freaking song that's sampled by sampling something else.
Well, you see, to me, that reminds me of, was it Roffo's theme from The Hitman and Her? I don't know if that might be just sampled from them or whatever, but it just reminds us of, because I'm positive my sister had that on like CD single and everything, loved it, and I'm positive this is the same song or it's very, very similar, like I say, but yeah, that's what it means. And when you say about terrible rapping,
Are you ready?
it's the "Are you ready?" And there's just it's like you say, it is dad rapping. You get dad rapping. Oh, and he does do it. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This was Business's only top 10 hit. As was said, reaching number 7, and as Laney's already said, Jean-Paul de Costa was the main person behind this. Went on to create 2 Unlimited with Phil Ray, who I think was the arranger of this, and Ray Shinyard and Anita Doth. So that's them. I enjoyed this, but I never want to hear it again, Susan. I don't think it's too bad of a song if you took his rapping out.
Oh, it's just cheesy. It's like really bad rapping. Oh, and the dungarees.
Yeah.
Everybody thought they look so cool in dungarees when they don't.
The problem with dungarees, they're like onesies. They're an absolute nightmare when you need the toilet.
Yeah.
I haven't got any dungarees. Have I got a onesie? I don't think I've got a onesie, actually. I'm just trying to...
We get the gist. You know what it's like. Same as the jumpsuit, you know.
If you get one,
they all look good.
Like the old type, what you see on the cartoons, where they've got like a flap on the back.
Oh, have you got one of them, have you?
That's what you need if you get one. But the music video is quite similar to Technotronics, where you've got like the bloke dancing in front of a green screen and some dancers in his jumpsuit. Well, his dungarees. But they have also merged other like video genres because they've got their dancing in a nightclub and like performing on stage.
Oh, I wonder if it's the same nightclub as the others were in. I wonder if it was like a liner.
Yeah, come and star in a music video, and the other ones were flipped on, so you didn't have any crowd, and then these come on, you know. So, but then we move from there to these guys. Everything starts with an E. I wonder what this song's about.
I don't think it's even relevant.
This was horrendous.
Excruciating.
The screechiness in her voice was just awful. And then they're like, I mean, who calls himself MC Kinky?
You know what I mean? It's MC McKinky, wasn't it? I thought it was.
We were saying McKinky, like
McKinky.
McDonald's OnlyFans page.
Yeah, Macamoola's named it one. I don't know if it's just me, but I can't understand a word this lass is saying.
Nope.
If anyone ever dares have a go at the Macam accent and says, What you saying? I'm sorry, this lass is inaudible. I could not understand a word.
Yeah, exactly.
Excruciating starts with an E. Yes, you're very right, Susan. But I've never heard this song before, and I don't think I've missed out.
No.
It is terrible. Obviously,
it's
songs
just
about
crazy. It's a mental woman.
It's about drugs. Everything starts with an E. Take a trip on me. E ecstasy. Yes, we get it. You do drugs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Was them the words? Jeez, I wonder now.
They're the ones I've understood because I've said, and that's just the words I've understood because I cannot understand a word this last sentence. What?
I gotta be honest, she reminds me, again, I don't know if people know, but there's a group called Diane Woods, and she reminds me of Yolandi from that, weirdly. But she also reminds me of, what's her name? Siobhan Doherty from Shakespeare's Sister.
All right.
See that crazy looking woman in Stay With Me when she's the devil? She's got the same crazy eye look.
How can you tell? She's got this sort of like.
I know.
Shit.
That is the weird thing, yeah.
Yeah. See, Michelle's an accent. Michelle doesn't think we've got an accent. We speak the Queen. Oh, sorry, it's now the King's English.
Yeah, one must. Yeah, all of that. It looks like someone's been doing. Sorry, it looks like someone's been doing diamond art. You know that diamond art.
Oh God, yeah, totally. Holy crap, lady, that is so right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Malcolm said she thought she was singing in a foreign accent. Yeah, she was a dance hall singer. But yeah, this song got number 15 amazingly.
Really?
Yeah. It because Easy Posse was a group containing Jeremy Healy. He sort of brought them together. I can remember Jeremy Healy. I can remember seeing him there's a nightclub in Sunderland called Chambers. Lena, you'll know. And I remember going to see him one night, and he was like, "Oh, Ministry of Sounds, Jeremy Healy." And I went in, and I'm positive he was just playing a CD. He wasn't like he just stood by just playing a CD. Yeah, I'm getting appearance money for just standing here playing a CD. And it wasn't really that good because a lot of people went. He just couldn't get the crowd going, and it was terrible. But yeah, he was from Hazy Fantasy, who I've heard of but couldn't name any of the songs. I don't know if you have heard of Hazy Fantasy.
Yeah, rings a bell.
Rings a bell to me, but no.
Yeah, but it's one of them bands where they name it and go, like Scritti Politti. Another one is it bands which rhyme? You know the names, but you don't know any of the songs. Scritti Politti, Hazy Fantasy.
I know a couple of Scritti Politti songs, so I don't know about that.
Well, Milli Vanilli, I know some as well. There's another rhymey song. I know some of their songs. But yeah, but the song started out after Jeremy Healy had a trip to Ibiza.
I was going to say he had a trip.
Right, he probably was. And he interpreted how house music should sound. So he like done a lot of classical samples and Jimi Hendrix. And then he presented it to Boy George.
Really?
Yes, because if you have a look here, the More Protein is Boy George's own record label.
Okay.
And what he'd done, after he presented to Boy George, he says, right, if we do this, do that. He introduced them to MC Kinky to get the rap on it. And then they ended up, like, Boy George went around a load of record labels, got rejected by everyone. He was like, right, I believe in this. He put his money into it, created More Protein, I think Jeremy Healy, and then obviously released it. That's his label.
Was Boy George heavy on drugs at this time? Allegedly.
Possibly, I don't know.
I don't know. Was this the time that he appears on telly with lots of talcum powder when he was powdering his nose?
I don't know. He did become a big club DJ in the mid-90s, Boy George.
Oh, yeah,
so
he's done really well as a DJ.
Yeah, because it might have been on the back. Because a lot of the first Ministry of Sound albums were like Tall Paul and Boy George, or Judge Jules and Boy George. But eventually, this the record and the group was signed by Virgin Records, just because of the popularity, because it was a big underground track. But the rapper MC Kinky is rapping about an anti-drug message. That's possibly why no one can understand that. I don't know. Shiny, shiny John Wayne is big leggy. Macamilla's translating for us. Even though I know the words, I still don't understand it. Is she
No,
actually saying
not.
words or just making a noise? Yeah, it's that's the thing. Boy George does some of the vocals on the track as well, and it was first played at the Hacienda, and then went on to be a bit of an underground hit because it was played at a lot of clubs. But the BBC banned the song until 2010. But like you're saying about the video for me is like of a video, and it's like all fuzzy, and you're like, oh, the tracking's not working on this. You know what I mean? It's just.
It's definitely Diamond Art without a doubt, Lainey. Holy crap, did you call that? It's just totally Diamond Art.
It's
The Vijazzled.
Yeah.
Bedazzled.
Bedazzled.
Two hazy songs. Yeah. So let's move along to Put Your Hands Together by D-Mob featuring Nuff Juice. Did you get Nuff Juice from this? Because
no, that's not what we were calling it.
Last night, Ian thought we said nut juice.
That's something completely different.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Now Makamula likes this one. It isn't too bad of a track. There's a bit on it which I do recognise, which obviously is a sample. No, they get on up. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah. Yeah, that was
Susan
said as
just
well.
said I thought it was Muff Juice.
That was said as well.
I don't know what conversation Susan was in last night to be thinking that.
No, it was said as well. I don't know if you were there at the time that was said. Oh yeah, you were, because you were there before, weren't you? I don't know. But yeah, it was said as well, but I was trying to keep it cleaner.
Oh, you
Don't worry. We've been much worse on this channel.
Yeah.
Still saying just before the police were raid Boy George's house, Richard Branson piggybacked Boy to his car and put him into rehab. So
yeah.
there you go. Is that allegedly or is that a fact?
Well,
I do not know.
Well, he does know
everything's allegedly. Even if it's fact, it's allegedly.
Stephen did know him, give him lifts and stuff back in the day.
Stoll is saying fact. There you go, fact. Susan's saying this song is forgettable and had forgotten it for 32 years. See, I don't mind this song. I agree with Matt. And this is quite a decent song. I would have probably listened to it back then, but I had forgotten about it. So
I tell you what, I thought this was canny, right? But I actually much prefer the verses and the rapping than I did to his chorus.
All right.
Sorry,
D-Mob was just the guy singing.
Yeah. He's like a producer, but sort of puts himself in there as well.
Yeah. So I preferred, like I said, I much preferred the verses and the rapping. I thought the rapping was really good, but
the video for me was just too hectic. It was like this rapping thing going on, but like the video as a whole, like I don't know, 20s, 30s, 40s vibe, whatever. It's just too mushy. Too much, just too hectic.
Well, it got to number 7 in the UK, and it's supposed to sample the Old J's 1983 song of the same title, "Put Your Hands Together." I listened to the sample and I was like, I can't really place it in the thing, so I don't know if that's correct or not.
Yeah.
The thing is, when they say sample it could be anything, couldn't it? It could be just like one little instrument out of it all, and they're like, "Oh, we sampled it."
Yeah, just and repeat and repeat and repeat. But the beginning of the song, actually, this bit at the beginning of the song. Reminds me of the beginning of Kanye West and Jay-Z's N !! **S in Paris.
Oh, again, I don't know that song.
You don't know it. If anyone knows that,
It reminds me of She Hits the Floor. And
Yeah.
then we know we go low, low, low. That's what that reminds me of.
Ah, yes. Apple bottom jeans, yes.
Jeans, yeah.
But yeah, it's the start. I should have taken a sample of that as well, but I forgot to. Sorry, I apologise. But yes, like you say, the music video is quite, like you say, just.
Look at it, it's just too hectic. It's too much going on.
It jumps around a lot, doesn't it? It's cuts and.
Yeah.
And again, but it is a band just playing on the stage too, because there's a little bit of an audience there. But yeah, can I have a vowel, please? Love a bit of electronic clapping as well. This, hold on.
God, I don't like it. That was apple bottom jeans.
Boots with the fur. Moving on. To, I would possibly say the best.
It's about time. Hang on,
it's iconic.
Sigh of relief.
Yeah, it's an iconic track. This.
Oh Christ! Yeah, it's a classic, which is actually what I've got written down in honor of Susan.
Do you know the one thing that annoys me is this is like an amazing track, and I absolutely think it's great. And I didn't really pay much attention to Mr. Sexy until Susan mentioned about him being really sexy, and I thought,
yes, Susan.
All I ever remembered was his head, and I thought, what's sexy about that? It was just a head. And then we watched like Top of the Pops version as well, and I was like, oh right, I get it. Yeah, but there's just too many. There's one annoyance is it's been remixed quite a few times, and a lot of the remixes are terrible.
Yeah. Wait, for me...
Yeah, it took us a while to find a decent one, didn't it, last night?
Yeah, but even from the first...
Yeah.
And you just know straight away, it's one of them where as soon as you it's that, so it's so
yeah, you just know what song it is. Yeah.
The best song on the album, What a Tune. Nia saying, and Susan, when I first heard this back in the day, it sounded like nothing else. It does have like a futuristic sound, which is sort of in the video as well. How many times was the single released? Well, he released it, and then I think Seal re-released it with Trevor Horn, and George Michael and AP. It has been re-released and remixed a load of times.
Again, though, because it's an iconic song, isn't it?
Yeah. And when you're saying about his spinning head, that's what I always remember from the video. That's
what I remember.
He looks so young though on there.
I suppose he was.
Yeah.
This is true.
But it has the futuristic sound on this. And can you remember Babylon Zoo and Spaceman off that Levi's advert?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that did start off like this, and then it went to like a slow version and like really crap song. It had like a really good start, which sounded like it could be something brilliant like this song, and then it went like just totally changed songs and went to a slow like dun 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 dun, and see, Neil loves Spaceman. I don't like it. This song was too good for this album, Michelle's saying.
I absolutely agree with that comment. Totally, it's like what were they thinking?
Yeah. That's why I think last week when we were talking about it, because I'd been playing the advert beforehand, I knew Killer was on it, and I just thought, it's on track, because you usually get the best. They usually front load these albums where it's like the best.
This should have been like CD 1, track 1. This should have been.
Yeah. It was so good.
But do you think though, when this came out back in the day, it was instantly brilliant, but no one knew the future it would have, that it would stay instantly brilliant. Like all them other songs that's been on this side, like that we've done on this side, have all been shite and we've not remembered them.
Mm.
But this is just
Yeah,
iconic.
but didn't this go? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Didn't this like go straight to number one? I would assume it did.
I know it went to number 1. It was there for 4 weeks. I think it got kicked off the top of the charts by World in Motion for the football. But it was number 1 in UK, Belgium, and Zimbabwe. It was the 5th bestseller in 1990 in the UK. But Seal, I've got a bit of a backstory of how this all come together, because Seal had seen Adamski play at an illegal rave, then handed him a demo disc, because obviously that's what you do when you go to legal raves, just walk around with demo discs in your pocket. And then by chance, he later met him in a nightclub at a later date, and then Adamski invited Seal to work with him. So it just sliding doors moment how that happened.
Yeah.
Adamski had already wrote this track, but just as an instrumental, and called it Killer because he thought it sounded like the soundtrack of when a murderer was killing someone.
Okay,
That's
that's interesting.
about it. But then Seal wrote and sang like the music, like the lyrics on this. But then when it was come to releasing it, the record label just wanted to release it as Adamski and not give Seal as much credit. And that's when they had a bit of a fractured relationship and they went their separate ways. There was but yeah. Guardian ranked it as the 87th best number 1 of all time in 2020, I think it was. But Seal did re-release Killer in 1990, and it got number 8. He changed a bit of it round. George Michael's also released it, a cover version actually of this song, and it was from a gig he performed in Wembley. Yeah, I think that done well. That done better in the US charts, but I don't think it even broke the top 40 over here. And then, like we say, like Video Tasters was saying, it's been released many times over here.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what it was. Ooh. Oh, I can't remember what it was, but I think ATP re-released like a mixed version, like in the late 90s, early 2000s as well. The John Barnes rap, you got to hold and give and do it at the right time. You can be slow or fast, but you must get to the line. They'll always hit you and hurt you. Defense and attack. There's only one way to beat them, around the back. There you go. I'll probably spoil it.
That almost sounded like the rap from the flipping last song from.
What? Are you saying I'm not like a dad?
Don't miss the party line.
As I say, the music video, it sort of it starts off with Adamski coming down like a tube, and it's like a futuristic recording studio, possibly bedroom, possibly spaceship. You know what I mean?
That thing just reminds me of like a hairdresser's thing coming off him. I don't know why.
Your perm is finished now, Adamski.
Does he look like a kid though? Like,
oh, he looks proper young because after this bit, you just see a load of clips of him around here, but there's always loads of close-ups of like Adamski who looks about 12.
Yeah.
And this random woman who keeps on appearing on the screen, who I don't know if they're trying to contact her by video messaging. I don't know. Right, Susan's being sexist in the chat. We want to see the top of the post version with Seal taking his jacket off. Right, we've got no room for smut on here until the last song, when we'll see a lot of it degrading. Also, there's a bloke who seems to have nicked Beetlejuice's trousers, just dances around as well. Because I don't know if it is meant to be them on a spaceship and these are like on planets or whatever. It's just really random. They probably just had a load of money to spend on computer graphics like everyone else. She looks like a young Tracy Thorn.
Is that the one you said, Lainey, that looks like Wayne Rooney?
No,
Was it him?
that was an earlier video.
I don't know who Tracy Thorn is.
Neither do I.
Know me.
But yeah, so
Okay.
yes, probably best track. So we'll move on to Orbital and Chime.
Yeah, another absolutely show-stopping song.
Is that said in tongue in cheek, or do you mean that?
Oh, boom, boom.
Right. So Tracy Thorn is from Everything But the Girl.
Okay.
Right, I get who you mean now. Yes. I know this version of Orbital, like this Orbital song, but it just sounds very early house music and very, very repetitive. There's nothing.
It reminds me of like the Barbie girl of his time. That's the kind of sickly, musically, yeah. That's what I could think of as Barbie girl for some. Not because it sounded like it, but just that really poppy, we're trying to be hip vibe.
Yeah.
It was right. I remembered it when I heard it, and I was like, oh. But then I was like, I didn't really want to like sort of listen on repeat. But it was very much like watching the video. The two lads were just standing there, were like they just looked like they were about 50.
Really uncomfortable, yeah.
Yeah, they looked like they were about 15, and they were like, look what we created and what on the telly and that, and we're cool.
Yeah, we're on top of the pops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's how it felt. And then we spotted
as you've said, the band actually. So the band. There wasn't a music video, so that's why I put the Top of the Pops performance in. Little did I know when I included that, this Top of the Pops performance got them banned for several years because they wanted to perform it live on like the synthesizers and everything, but Top of the Pops were like, no, you've got to mime, and they were just they actually come out afterwards and says we couldn't be bothered. Why were we even there? You're just playing our music. We wanted to play. So they says, "Oh, we're just pretending to play, and we were just bored."
Yeah.
And they even turned around and complained. They've even turned around and complained because the dancer on there, they even said she even looked bored and just didn't look interested. To me, it looks like.
Sorry, go on.
No, it just looks like me. She's just pulled out the audience. Oh, you can dance quite good. You look like you're having a good time. It doesn't look like she's a professional dancer to me. It just looks like some.
No.
Yeah, just someone dancing. Yeah, we were. I was going to say, is this what I think Lainey with my looky likey? On the dude in the white.
Steve from.
It's
Little Steve.
I think the dude in the white is Little Steve.
Either Little Steve or Little Steve's dad. With that.
Yeah, we couldn't decide.
Makamula says they did it on a 4-track, I think, in their bedroom.
Yeah, I got it written down. Yeah, bedroom on a 4-track.
Yeah, originally recorded on cassette tape and allegedly cost less than £1 to make.
Do you know what happened? He put the tape in, he pulled it out, and it all just went to shit. And then when he wound it up, when you used to get a kink in it, and it would just make a weird noise. That's what happens.
But the original was 12 minutes and 40 seconds long. So probably had to cut it down. But yeah, this was the breakthrough track for Orbital, who was still producing music in 2012 and got to number 70 in the charts. For anyone who doesn't know, Orbital were called Orbital because of the M25, because they used to go and play illegal raves. And M25's circular, Orbital. And that's where a lot of cars used to just drive around there until they were like, you would bump into people and say, right, we've getting the phone box, we've got a number. They'll go at the phone box, phone number, right, the rave's here, and then they used to drive off to the rave. And that's how illegal raves were sort of back in the day, because there's no mobile phones or nothing like that. Pages, I don't think were even a thing back then. Macamuli's just said as well, like, gear isn't even plugged in on this video. It's just set on a table. they've just gone, get the pasting tables out, and we'll just put them down on there. Just get the stuff out. Stall thinks she's just doing a workout. Might be the Cliff Richard workout we've seen in the last video. They rebelled but not being able to play live, hence they didn't plug the tops in. Right, the deck's in, yes. Top the post for Idiom for not letting people perform live. Wait, we've seen it, I think it's Oasis when they performed. I think Noel went to lead singer and Liam played guitars, I think, at one point, because they wouldn't let them play live, and Nirvana done something. No, Nirvana were allowed to play live. And then they just done some random version of, I think, Come As You Are, where it wasn't like the upbeat version. They just like really, Come As You Are, and like just really changed the way it's on YouTube somewhere. Steve, it's a Stall's got to look like it's a young Una Stubbs. There you go.
Oh, could well be, yeah.
If my wife was here, she'll be embarrassed because is it a sticky bun and a nice what is it? Cup of tea and
a cup of tea and a slice of cake.
That's the one. She says it all the time when
I know exactly what you're referencing here.
Yeah. Nirvana. Right. Nirvana did a Morrissey Smith's version of their song in protest. Right, there you go. So that's what Nirvana done. Next song is Tomorrow, Tongue in Cheek. Now, I have never heard of this song.
Well, I was just going to say, I have no idea what she's singing about. It seems like there's a message in there somewhere, but I can't quite grasp what it is. I don't know, maybe somebody could listen to it, but she's dressed up and ready to sing about it.
It's like they're all in uniform, though. It's like regimental. It's all black and red, black and red, black and red. But on this track, I would love to play the beginning of it because I think the beginning of this song sounds a bit like a Prince song. It's very Prince-esque in the way it starts off, and I was like, oh, I wonder if Prince had anything to do. No, he didn't. But I cannot really play it because this song are always testing beforehand, and this song says it's banned worldwide, so it'll probably get us blocked. So
there's a damn shame.
Damn it. Macam has just said this isn't bad in his opinion. It's a filler for me. It isn't terrible. It isn't the worst track on here, but it's
just that 8. Sorry, Lainey, go on.
I was just going to say it isn't the worst track. I wrote that it rang a bell, but it's not something. It's very forgettable, I reckon. And like the band name just doesn't suit the band. Like tongue in cheek, expecting a bit something like Salt and Pepper. You know what I mean? A bit.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Well,
and
for me, tongue in cheek would be like Timmy Mallet, like wacky. Oh, we're tongue in cheek. Let's do a novelty song. You know what I mean? It
just doesn't. No.
Because it seems like a family affair because there's like a lot of different age groups all in there. There's kids dancing, and it just seemed like a family. A bit like, I don't know, like a 5-star or a
That's what I'm saying. I'm sure she was singing some kind of message, but I couldn't quite get,
Yeah.
And again, it was like just screamy, shouty.
Tomorrow, and she doesn't. It's nothing. The chorus, nobody could love me. No, nobody could love me the way that you do. But it reminded me a bit of, can you remember Pat and Mick? My body, your body, everybody move. It had that fit, and it was just like, it wasn't really good. It was just not good. It got number 20 in the charts and was the band's best chart position. And they did have 3 top 40 hits, but I've never ever heard of these.
Name another tune.
Yeah,
forgettable. Again, totally forgettable.
Totally. Who's that? Sorry.
The footballer who Cheryl Cole was married to. Somebody
Ashley Cole, the guy at the front.
The guy at the front, aye.
Yeah. The band did perform this song, though, on This Morning, The Hitman and Her, in Derek Jameson Show.
Oh, there's a real claim to fame.
Derek
there you go.
Jameson Show.
The Derek Jameson Show. It might not even been on music. That might have been on like Sky One or some satellite telly at the time when it wasn't really popular. But like I say, I can't really play the music video, but they did do some funky dance moves, like that bit where they do this. It's like kids. Do you know when girls are younger and they're choreographing in the bedroom? It's a bit like that. Makamula thinks Raheem Sterling.
Yeah. I can see that.
And then we...
Is that guy from the airport? Why does he look like he should be on an airport runway? Found. That guy.
Just these two table
They're
tennis
like,
bats.
forward.
And then we move on to Electribe 101, Talking With Myself. Another track I've never ever heard before.
Yeah.
Michelle's saying it's like Prayer from MC Hammer. But the only problem is, tongue in cheeks there, MC Hammer's like, whoa, the massive Prayer. I used to know all the words to Prayer. Just saying. If it appears on a Now album, I don't know if it does, but maybe next time I will sing you Prayer. So if I can
just do that anyway. Yeah, never mind an album. You should just do it.
I will do another one. But yeah, another track I've never ever heard of. Can you get any recollection of this?
No, don't recognise it at all.
No. And then comes in the middle bit with like the Mission Impossible thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, that just come out of nowhere because I was listening and I was just like,
and it was just, what was the point? You know what I mean?
It's maybe around the time them squirrels were going up the on the Call and Black Label advert, and I thought, oh, we'll put them in. It's on the advert. Let's put them in.
I know. Well, again, the woman in the video was definitely a Madonna wannabe, for sure.
For me, the way
kind of that voguey look.
Yeah, I singing like the style and everything. To be honest, it's like a Wish.com or a Poundland or it's a very Bobby Basic version of Lisa Stansfield. Not
yeah.
In just like the type of music, but there's when I was reading through different notes, there was one journalist said it was like way before its time, this type of music, and I can sort of see where they're coming from because this track did go
underrated.
Yeah, it was underrated. This track did go on to become a Balearic ambient anthem in the late 90s and was re-released in 1998. So it got to number 39, 98. Originally it got to number 23.
Somebody ate alphabeti spaghetti that day.
Yeah. Yeah, Susan says, I remember this. It's boring and depressing. The one in the video looks depressed and very weighted down with a massive necklace. Well, as you say, I've said it's a woman who looks like she's trying to be Mr. T. But
I just remembered. She looks so sad. It's that chain is weighing her down. It's pulling her.
I think she looks like she was in one, like if you took away the necklaces and that, she looks like she should be in one of them non-speaking movies.
Oh, yes, like The Artist or whatever it was. Yeah, like a silent movie.
Yeah, because they had really big eyes and like always looked like wide-eyed and stuff. And
do you not think she's sad because we've got a big budget for this? Oh, brilliant. Well, not for you. This is for the 2D computer graphics. And it's just so flat.
Yeah, what is that?
And I was just like,
what does it even mean? Make it make sense.
Because they're all like really flat. It's just like we can do computer graphics. It costs you £10,000. Right, there's the budget.
Probably like 95 hours to program it as well.
To be honest, do you think they've turned around to her and said, we've gone over budget, You're gonna have to sell your chains, love, to get the video through.
Yeah, he's just gonna just sit there and look
This is the
sad,
end
don't
product.
move.
Selling you gold.
Cash for gold.
Yeah.
God, that would take a bloody career, wouldn't it?
Mm.
But yeah, this for me, this is the worst track. But then we move on to the final track, Sydney Youngblood. I'd rather go blind.
And he
Big
would
sigh.
deserve to for singing this song.
I was going to say that my notes say, no, bog off Sydney.
Yeah.
That's exactly what my notes
I
say.
thought someone would probably put, I'd rather go deaf than listen to this.
Yes.
Yeah, that as well.
It's still
Well,
said this is
even that
everyone's
for you.
favourite. No, for me, I'm not familiar with this. And to be honest, the start of it, for me, it sounds a bit like he's trying to do sexual healing, you know, like
Oh,
like
yeah.
jazz version, like especially when he goes like, get up.
Yeah, totally. I totally agree with that.
And I just think, oh,
Yeah, so no, bog off Sydney still stands.
Like
Yeah.
if you listen to the original, it's just ridiculous. Like this, no,
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
really sad
never touched
effort
it.
of a cover.
yeah, no, this is the worst track. What a horrendous cover.
Yeah, go and listen to the original, people.
Yeah, the original, and there's so much meaning behind the original because I think it's for people who don't know, it's an Etta James, and supposedly she got the bulk of it from seeing someone in prison. So I don't know if he's a music producer or whatever. Basically, what I've read over, and then she wrote it, but then she gave the royalties to someone else because of tax reasons. So she gave the
Okay.
royalties to someone else in like their group. But when she was recording and singing it, she was, because I didn't even know Etta James was a heroin addict, and she was in a period where she was off heroin. And someone says, if you listen to the lyrics, it sounds like she's singing about the drug rather than the person when you know the history of her. And they said there's a lot of
Okay.
emotions and feeling in this song, and I was just like, whoa.
Yeah.
You get something like so deep, meaningful like that, then you get.
And then this
Then you get someone who
What?
kills it and
this
really
twat with his wiggly ass girl. No.
Well, that's all I said. The video is basically just the lass walking away from
Yeah.
Sydney, shaking her bum, and that's it. That's the
That's
video.
it,
It's
yeah.
just, shake your ass. Shake it again. Shake it. Shake it.
Oh, hang on. Isn't that the same girl that was dancing on the bloody Orbital video?
But yeah, that's all it is. It could have been the video for that rap song. Shake your ass. Watch yourself. Shake your ass.
Yeah.
Because that's all it is, and it's just, yeah. But yes, that is it. We have finally made it through. Which
Hallelujah. That was a painful side.
yes. Well,
Holy
there is. See, for me, on here, Moment and Soul isn't too bad. Don't mind it. Got to Have Your Love, brilliant track. Don't miss the party line. Is a half decent tune. Everything starts with an A. Get in the bin. Put your hands together. Decent track. Killer. Excellent track. Anthem. Whatever you want to call it. Brilliant. Chime. Decent track. Then the last three songs can just go in the bin as well. So for me, there's about 4 songs which I don't like on here.
I would agree with the Got to Get Your Love. Again, I did not know. I know the song, but I just didn't know who sang it or whatever.
Yeah.
And Adamski Killer. I mean, they're the two. Everything else, just burn that tripe in the bin.
Yeah. Susan just said 1 exceptional track, 1 really good track, a couple of bad tracks, and a couple of amusing tracks, and a few horrors. Yeah. A real, like you say, a real mixed bag tonight. So people, pick your best, pick your worst. Lania, you're gonna go first.
My best is Adamski's Killer, and there is a few that I could take, as in the shite ones, like
Yeah. Which is the shitest?
so on and so forth. But I think I have to give it to Sydney for making us want to go deaf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sharon.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna echo what Lainey said. I think it has to be a Adamski Killer because it's just even now, like people just know that song. Yeah, as soon as the tune comes on. And again, I'm gonna have to see, I'm torn between Sydney and that other drippy cow. See, yeah, this again, everything else is just so garbage, which is the worst. Again, I think I'm gonna have to agree with Lainey. Like Sydney Youngblood, you don't cover a classic song. You're not making it better. It's shite. It's absolute gobshite.
That's the thing. It is. It's
yeah.
Especially like when I thought, it's just a bad cover, and then
Somebody
when I read
should have just said no in that meeting.
Yeah.
Just say no.
He would have been better off covering "Just Say No" by the Grange Hill Kids.
Yes, he would have. Oh yeah.
Susan says best track Killers. I want to say Killers. Killer. Is there a best? Is there a best of now album?
It's
I think there is on Now 100. I think they had the normal tracks, and then there was. I'm positive there's a bonus CD which is like a best of like tracks or whatever. Positive there is.
I think in all fairness, the next one, Now 18, has got some bangers on it.
Oh, hold on. Let me try and get something. I have.
Is that vinyl as well?
Vinyl, yes. I've got the vinyl. Now 18.
Because again, you think at that time vinyls were sort of coming to the end of their life.
Yeah,
in that period of time.
I think the vinyls went on to Now 34, so it went on quite a bit.
Really?
Now 34 is I think it's about 60, 70 quid. Good kind of
really? Wow.
Ridiculous price. So if you're seeing the car boot sales, buy them. Mackham says best Killers. Killer, not Killers. Everything starts with an E for worst.
Yeah, that's just it. She's just hideous. Holy crap.
Best track, Killer. Worst track, Too Many.
Which one? Sorry, what was that?
Too Many for worst track, Nia saying.
Yeah.
Too Many. Install agrees with that. So, Killer again. I think we have a...
Yeah, they could... You know what they could have done? They could have just put Got to Have Your Love and Adamski Killer, just alternated them, and that would have been fine on that side of the album.
And Michelle saying everything. Best Killer, worst the rest. I'm going to go best Killer, and then worst. I think I'm going to have to go with Sydney Youngblood as well. The only good thing about Sydney Youngblood is the girl in her shaky ass.
Not for me.
Yeah, but again, that was every 90s video. A girl in a short dress, you know,
shaking her ass, aye.
Shaking her ass, yeah.
Drippy cow.
I couldn't see the band.
Stall wants to say. So there you go. If you need a band,
name
the Drippy Cows. There. You've got 2 fans already before you really.
What's her face can join that band? Lana Del Rey. She's a drippy cow.
And Victoria Beckham. She's a drippy cow as well.
Yeah. Sorted.
Oh, then actually, she's a sour trout. So.
Yeah. But Makamula says, he doesn't like Sydney. Stall said he didn't hate it either. Susan saying
a moany bitch as well, and a whingy bitch.
Covers that should never be made really trigger me, and that Sydney Youngblood is one of the worst I've ever heard.
Yeah, I agree. It was just awful. Again, when you listen to the original, You just
Like
don't need to listen to anything else.
Like Stoll said there, though, I like Sydney's voice. Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
And the one he had out before, brain.
It's
If only
on.
could.
I think
If
it's.
only
It's
they
yeah.
could.
Yeah.
That one.
Make this a
A better place. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Again, that is a classic song.
Yeah, and I really like that song, and I like his
Yeah.
voice. But to try and do, to try and copy, to try and do a song after James, you're gonna fail, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna, totally.
Yeah. Money bits.
But again, things are getting better on the next album, Neil. Oh, I'm excited.
Yes, we have Beautiful South, the Steve Miller Band, Sakarifa Highs. It Must Have Been Love, But It's Over Now. Phil Collins, Wilson Phillips, Sinead O'Connor, The Righteous Brothers, Belinda Carlisle, Status Quo, In Excess. We have all these.
Yes, some good crackers on there.
Yeah.
There you go. Got all them to come. Hopefully, I'm here next week. Fingers crossed. It's just that my dad is going for a hospital appointment during the day, and I'm his lift. So I'm fingers crossed. I'll set it all up. If there's anything changes, I'll let you know on the socials. So if you follow us on Instagram, Facebook, or whatever, I will let you know. And then, like I say, we'll be here next week again. So yes. But thanks everyone for coming. From Susan, Stoll, Makamula, Michelle, Nia. I think that's all what's left in at the moment. But yes, thank you for staying right to the very end and putting up with this.
Thank you for the invite again.
No worries. If anyone in the chat, this side, is that right side? Is that right on the side?
Yes.
I don't know.
Right
Yes,
side.
it is.
Yeah.
If anyone in the chat wants to come on, let us know. Get in touch, like I say, in the socials. But yes, thank you everyone for coming, and we will be back hopefully next week, but definitely within a fortnight. If I'm not here next week, I have got a comments video I need to put together and everything. So if you've left a comment on any one of my videos, you'll be starring in it. Some of you more than others.
Let's all go and write stupid comments.
Yes, we go and write some comments now, lady.
If you go and write stupid comments at the moment, you'll not appear in the next comment video. That'll be the one after, because this only goes up to the beginning, the end of October, beginning of November. You'll appear in the December, the Christmas episode. So yes.
Okay.
But yes, thank you everyone for coming, and we'll see you again.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.